Hi kings and queens, this is Queen Amina. Welcome to my channel. I share everything in my life concerning eczema and its effects such as lifestyle, diet, skin management, depression, and mental illness. And with that in mind, I will bring you recipes and cooking segments. As an artist, I will share poetry readings, my artwork, and jewelry designs, tips, and tricks. I will take you into my adventures, my happenings, and my daily struggles. In doing so, I hope to spread support, understanding, and kindness, build friendships and kinships along the way. Today I want to share with you my adventures traveling to Quebec City. In case you weren't aware of its geographical location, there's the province of Quebec situated in Canada, and then there's the city of Quebec, which is found within that province. First of all, I started by researching the most economical way to travel to and from Quebec City. Price-wise, the best way was by taking the bus. I took the megabus between Toronto and Montreal, which took approximately 6 hours, and the Orléans Express bus between Montreal and Quebec City, a 3-hour ride. On top of that, I had to go by foot with my luggage from one bus terminal to another bus terminal using Montreal's Metro subway system, which was a pain. Although it was an economical way, it wasn't the best way, and I would suggest either via rail or the airplane. Here you can see some footage on my bus ride from Montreal to Quebec City. Upon arriving at Le Gare du Palais, which is the train station where the Orléans Express bus terminal is located, I grabbed a taxi to go to the hotel. I checked in around 9:30 p.m., settled down, and began my adventures the next morning with construction noises. I searched online for restaurants where I could possibly eat, but found it easier with my health situation and food restrictions to find a grocery store nearby and bring back some food. So I spent 2 hours familiarizing myself with the location of the hotel and major streets. Once I had returned to my room with food, I was famished. So I ate, I fixed some lunch for on the go, and off I went on my adventure on my first day in Quebec City. This is part one of my adventures of Quebec City. What I found was that the city of Quebec is small, and therefore you will see many different angles of the same monuments or views throughout this video. Quebec City has various aspects to what makes it extremely popular. It is the only area in Canada which has a European flair in the architecture. There is a lot of history involved and ingrained within the city. As I walked around, I noticed artillery, mainly cannons, as a sign of battles and wars fought between the French and British empires in North America that took place between 1759 and 1760. I will get into that later on. You will see this icon, the Fairmont de Château Frontenac, perched atop Cap Diamant, overlooking Dufferin Terrace and St. Lawrence River in many of my photos, as it is quite visible from several locations around the city. Yes, it's the Orange Building. As you can see, there are some waterfront views depicting an island across the way. This is l'Île d'Orléans. There is only one bridge that gives access to the island, full of countryside, known for its local vineyards, strawberry fields, apple orchards, 17th to 18th century vintage village, and 17th century storehouses, just across the St. Lawrence River. Walking along, there were mountain views, looking down from and looking up at. What I soon came across was La Citadel, which is the fortress of Old Quebec. It's the largest fortress in North America and is an integrated part of the city's fortification, located at Cap Diamant, the highest point of the city. It's a natural historical site. Within the compound are a 1963 military building, the Dalhousie Gate, The east casemate at the entrance, which is the home to the Royal 22nd Regiment Museum and the residence of the Governor General of Canada since 1872. It was after the War of 1812 that the British re-examined their defensive strategy, and it was between 1820 and 1850 that the construction for the Citadel began. Since 1920, it has been an active garrison. What you're seeing now is footage from the Citadel of Le Parc des Champs de Bataille, Battlefields Park. It's a 100-year-old park consisting of two main sites. A 98-hectare Plains of Abraham Park and Des Braves Park, which is 5 hectares. A defining confrontation of the 1759 battle took place at Plains of Abraham, and in 1760 it was another battle there, where Des Braves Park now stands, known once as the Battle of Sainte-Foy. The photo here is of the Connaught Barracks under the Canadian regime. It was built in 1924 as the official residence of a number of officers, namely General Jean-Victor Allard, who commanded the Military District No. 5 in Quebec. In 1958, it turned into an officers' mess, later became residence, before being dedicated to administrative use. The St. Louis Bastion, under the British regime, from 1814 to 1830 was used as barracks, and then until 1838 was used as a warehouse, a lab, a foundry, a fire pump depot, and a cartridge factory before it became barracks once again. Surrounding the center of Old Quebec City is the 4.6-kilometer fortification, a defense system built after the Battle of Plains of Abraham of 1759. Attached to the fortification wall are 4 gates. Port Saint-Jean from 1694 had been demolished and rebuilt in 1791, 1865, and 1939. Port Saint-Louis from 1694 was also demolished, then removed and rebuilt in 1791, 1823, and 1880. Port Kent from 1879, and Port Prescott from 1797 was demolished in 1871, and the current gate was built in 1983. These are the last standing gates. The beauty of the city, its vibrancy, the colors, the cobblestone streets, with the culture enthralled me, and it made me venture into each road and each street individually. It was fascinating to see old structures, the cathedrals, the churches and temples, cafes and restaurants, statues, gardens, waterfront views, and artwork. All of it together, meshed in unity into one. Montmorency Park has been a cemetery, a religious and civil power, a strategic military site, and an urban park. It was a meeting place of the legislature of the United Province of Canada from 1841 to 1866, which made it an historical site in 1949. The land had changed owners and its uses throughout the years until it was cleaned out and turned over to the city in 1898. And in 1950, the federal government took ownership, and now it remains a park. It is from here I crossed atop Port Prescott, walked along Les Escaliers Frontenac stairs, and was led to the UNESCO monument. Since the monument was one of the first places I had seen in the morning, I turned around and walked below Port Prescott, where I found Les Escaliers casse-cou, breakneck steps, are 59 iron steps linking upper town to lower town with shops and restaurants at various levels. At the bottom is a sea of people looking at artisans' shops and boutiques. This is Rue du Petit Champlain. I saw a sign saying there was a glass-blowing demonstration in one of the shops, so I went in. And it felt warm. And that was on the other side of the glass walls dividing the spectators from the studio. I'm guessing it would be very hot inside that studio. As you can see, I did capture some of what was being demonstrated, and you can tell it is in the form of a bird. She uses the fire from the torch and the chamber to soften the glass to manipulate it into form. Here she's stretching the beak, which she cut off after my footage. I thought it was pretty cool to watch and decided to share this with you. After that, I bought some souvenirs. Then I walked a bit outside of Le Quartier Petit Champlain, just in front of Édition Galerie l'Imagerie Limitée, Imaging Press Gallery, and Le Salon International du Livre, International Books and Press. It's from here I took a walk along the boardwalk, Promenade de la pointe-a-carcy. This wasn't the end of my day, but I will leave the rest for part 2. Kings and queens, thank you very much for watching. I am hoping you have gained much from this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and feel free to comment and share your insights and any segment suggestions for the future. You can like any of the pages I manage on Facebook and follow me at these social media platforms. I appreciate all your support greatly. Take care. And remember to smile, because you never know if the person looking at it will brighten up their day. See you Mondays and Thursdays. Till next time. Toodles!